This river breathes in seasons. Today it holds its breath, hiding water deep underground. She reads the wind and dust, mapping risks and shade, guiding footsteps toward memory. Beneath cracked clay, ants trace moisture. Smallest lives reveal directions, promising water ahead for the patient. In circling sky, vultures write warnings. Their shadows mark lanes across the riverbed below today. Elephant prints hold trembling skins of water, instructions pressed into earth, guiding thirsty travelers. Baboons claim the only shade. Here, shadows are currency, and spending wrongly invites conflict we cannot afford. We trade distance for safety, circling downwind. Patience conserves strength, and patience spends fewer chances than courage does. From above, the river still speaks. Its silent curves mark safer lanes if we read quickly enough. At noon, movement is rationed. Every step purchases distance. Every breath budgets the body's last cool. First, test. Then, trust. Safety drinks before thirst, because danger often wears the shine of water. When the shadows move, so should we. Time buys passage here, paying less risk for speed. Each step purchases distance, each breath budgets cool. For moments, speed costs less than fear. Wind delivers new lines of the map. Memory stitches them to scent, tightening our path. The Drought's chronicle leaves a sign. Where the smallest thrives, deeper water holds a thread. We hold shade and pace. Ahead, the river stays silent, yet memory guides unerringly. At St. Crossroads, decisions speak quieter than feet. Memory listens first, then points the way forward. A damp crumb confirms the trail. The buried river breathes beneath the crust and leads us on. Above us, birds draw the map. Their circles mark safer lanes across the riverbed. The weakest choose straight lines. Their paths are honest, often pointing where moisture still holds. The language of hands predates words. Slowing the step sees farther and spends less strength. Small neighbors test silence first. Their panic separates danger from noise, sketching where we should pass. Elephants leave generous hints. Beneath this crust, moisture holds, proof our direction remains true. Empty channels keep echoes like shells keep seas. Listening reveals what sight can't reach. In open ground, we become one shadow. Less noise, fewer chances to be seen. Water sometimes wears sugar. Inside this fruit, a sip of journey while the river stays silent. Sweetness can wait. First read the space, then drink when the place agrees with safety. Their troop owns that shade. Argument costs too much. Detour buys safety at a quieter price. We wait for the sentinel to blink. Time is ally when strength is not our language. A detour still moves forward. The goal is water, not a character proven by conflict. Termite towers stand above grass. They point the wind, and with it, the river's hidden side. Elephant family prints sink unevenly. Slow steps mean they're unhurried. Water lies near enough to trust. Simple tools ask quiet questions. The ground answers softly, lifting cool from its hidden vein. A sweet, fermented thread rides the wind. Sugar is water, wearing another name for travelers. Learning is practiced in shade. Imitation saves effort later when decisions must be paid quickly. Even hunters with feathers mark openness. Where they stride, noise travels far and warnings matter. Pale ground holds better. Fewer cracks, smaller prints, quieter passage beneath watching eyes. A cloud throws brief shade. We sip movement, crossing exposed clay before the light returns. Even beetles ferry seeds to shelter. Life hides when rivers sink, teaching roots beneath notice. Without rain, trees speak wind, branches drum warnings, carrying across flats where sound betrays us. Wide steps speak loudly. The matriarch narrows our line, leaving fewer signs stitched into clay. First sign of goal, a tiny mirror between grains, promising water deeper along this channel. Testing comes before drinking. Safety of place first, then the right to drink without cost. When neighbors grow louder, silence shields us. Let their noise pass without finding our shape. Thirst hurries, the lesson slows. Patience keeps water nearer than any hurried step. Prudence outruns thirst. We trust vantage over shine and choose our path from higher ground. At noon, steps measure time. We buy distance carefully, saving cool with disciplined breath. Elephant weight writes maps. Deepest cups keep water, pointing us onto the most trusted course. From above, the river speaks again. Shadow sketches an arc where risk shortens to a single stride. Beneath the crust, the river whispers, enough to trust this path through a few more bends. Patience is currency on open ground. We wait for moving shadows until risk thins to a step. When shadows part, we spend speed. For one crossing, it costs less than fear and time. Patchwork shade gathers us tighter, breaths even thought, and thought points to the next arc. Risk speaks in clay and wind. We slide downwind, leaving our scent and their patience behind. Mistakes cost less beside a hand. A lesson in balance arrives before falling can begin. Where roots hold shade, water lingers longer. We move toward a chance that visits once a day. Where roots hold earth, water lingers. The drip calls softer than thirst, yet we follow it. Memory teaches method. Free the vein, then wait until water rises to meet a hand. Without haste, water clears. A small pocket is enough when order drinks before thirst. Order keeps peace quieter than strength. To drink here is to share time, not territory. First sips follow rules. Knowledge quenches longer than water alone, and both arrive together now. We leave with only ripples. Wind turns the page, and the path calls us onward again. As the river returns, memory becomes a map again. Tomorrow, the journey begins with new water.